What's up, people? I'm Chris with a K, and I'm gonna be taking you through the lyrics of Life Ends in Hell.
Regrets what you do to me. Used to be okay, what's next for me? But I don't know if I could be alone. Lights out, I'm still.
Started from the beginning, the pain regrets what you do to me. Used to be okay, what's next for me? That is just basically, it's self-explanatory really. The pain and regrets is basically saying me, for myself, like the pain and regrets of the things I've done in this relationship or in this situationship. I'm outside of it now, so I can understand that those things I might have done that I thought were good in that situation is not really that good. But I don't know if I could be alone. Light tied, I'm still scared. Sometimes we go through periods in life where we don't know if we can be alone, and a lot of us are afraid to be alone. And we may not admit it, or we might not even notice it, but we always want to occupy our time with another person, or be around another person, or put ourselves in a position where we could be surrounded by people, even if we know them or not. It's hard to be alone. It's hard to be alone in your thoughts, and I've been there, but then I experienced what it's like to be alone, and trust me, that's definitely the better way. Is you got to learn to be alone so you can enjoy and appreciate time with others. Life ends in hell, at least that's what it feels like. Take the drugs to feel right, wish I could see the light. Obviously, I'm a Christian. Obviously, I'm across all things. So I do believe in heaven and hells. But what I believe is real in this world. So when I'm going through things, I'm feeling certain things that aren't me or take me out of my way of being happy or happy with who I am in that moment, it does feel like a personal hell. It feels like something that somebody else created and put me through. It's not me saying that, oh, everybody's going to hell. That's not what that is. It's saying, like, that's what it feels like. Yeah, that's what it's about. Take the drugs to feel right. Wish I could see the light. That's just, take the drugs to feel right. End is still in sight. Lost my own fight. Still got to catch this flight. Take my goodbyes right. End is still in sight, so there is a goal. There is an end goal. That's what I'm saying. An end goal is still in sight. So, like, there is no, I don't know what I'm doing or if this is ever going to pay off or nothing. I still have an end goal, and I think it's plausible that I can reach it. And no, I'm not going into detail about what that is. It's not global fame or anything like that, but I do have my own personal goal, and I haven't reached it yet, but I do plan on reaching it. Lost my own fight. That just goes back to the mental health thing. You get up every day and you do so much, and then you sit down and you're like, what did I really gain today? And that's a product of one, being in a different mental place every now and then. And I think take my goodbyes right. Like, you never really know when it's your last moment, when it's your last day, or when it's your last seconds. Like, you don't know. So I try to be as nice as I can to everybody who appreciates me, even people who don't appreciate me. I try to be a nice person in general, because that's just, it holds a place in my heart, and like, I genuinely do hope we see again. But if we don't, I want you to know that I was here for you, and I will always be here for you. Guess I started feeling lonely. You're my one and only, but I needed someone who didn't know me. Being honest, like, that really doesn't pertain to me as much, but that's a lot of people I do know. A lot of people I do understand. People who are in a relationship or in something, and no, I don't recommend. I don't say that that's what you should do, but that, like, is, I won't say a big cause in cheating, but it plays a part in cheating, especially when you dating somebody who do have mental illnesses. Sometimes it's not about you. It's not about the person that you're with. You just want someone who doesn't have an opinion on you, doesn't have a forced way to think about you. You want someone that's completely oblivious to who I am, what I represent, what I do for a living, I just need you for a night, you know? Did I give you everything to lose all the things that makes me happy? That is just speaking on a past relationship where I feel like I changed a lot of myself, like a lot of myself to fit what that person needed. I became less of myself and more of a person to make the other person happy, and it still wasn't enough. So be careful with that in when you are in relationships of giving up so much of yourself that you lose yourself to please the other person, because you can never be that person 100% of the time. And there's no guarantees that even works, because in my situation, it didn't work. So just know that nothing's guaranteed. Be yourself and love yourself. Makes me hate girls like you, make me do things to spite you. And that's going back to the same thing. I changed so much of myself that now when I look at that person, I feel some type of way. I won't say hate. I don't really like to say I hate people or persons, because at one point, that was a person for me. So I won't say hate, but I definitely have a feeling towards that person that's, not always positive, because I changed so much of me to become what I thought you needed, and it wasn't enough. And then I gotta look back on that and it's like, well, that's kind of fucked up now. I changed a lot for you, and then that still wasn't enough. That's not the person to you, because that's maybe that I'm just not what you needed or what you wanted, but it goes both ways. Did to myself, I knew that you wasn't ready, and now my heart is heavy. So sometimes we force ourselves into situations or relationships where we kind of have a feeling or know that the other person isn't ready to be committed fully, and then it comes out bad on the back end, and then it turns into something toxic or something it was never intended to be. They needed more time to fully realize themselves. I see a lot of people who get in relationships with mentally ill people who aren't aware yet that they are mentally ill. So, and then those things come out in a relationship. You don't know how to deal with them. I think people who are getting in relationships with people who are mentally ill need to do their research, need to know what they're getting themselves into. Like, yeah, you may love the person, but you haven't seen that side yet. And I think it's very important to see that side and know how to deal with that side. You're going to accept me now when you got me so down. Your friends gave you the crown. They knew they needed you back because you're the one that keeps them on track. And now that you found your way, you found yourself. There are people who aren't ready, like I was saying before, that aren't ready to commit, ready to be in a relationship. And everybody has feelings towards their significant others, friends. Everybody has them type of feelings. And especially when the friends are single and want to go out, want to do things, want to be, want to live a single life. And then it kind of whoever you're with may be the head of that friendship group or just a very important part of that friendship group, and they don't want to experience things without you. So that's why I'm saying they knew they needed you back. They go out, but they don't feel fully without you. And not saying that when you do go out, you're going to do things to, make your partner upset. But your people's friends can steer them in wrong directions sometimes. And that's not all the time, but it can happen because of their own selfish wants in life. And it affects relationships. It happens every day. Friends are friends, friends have been together for so long, and then the partner comes along, and then it's a give and take relationship. The friend still wants that friend that they grew up with their entire life or been with for a portion of their life, and their partner still expects something out of their partner. So it's a give and take. And in some situations that I've been in, it's been too much, and that life has taken over, and it's led to the end of some relationships. So just make sure whoever you're with is ready and committed. That was my explanation of Life Ends in Hell by myself. If you ever want any more lyrics explained, let me know in the comments. I'm free to do it.
Inside, lost my own fight. Still gotta catch this flight, so